Hello and welcome back to another series of Your Raw. I've got an image from a client from a workshop actually, and we had such a fabulous few hours at Cannock Chase. The light was the best I've ever seen it. We were so lucky. So it was Carl Simpson Smith and his wife that came along to the workshop, and we had an absolutely fabulous morning at Cannock Chase. The conditions were perfect. We had a couple of hours where the fog were rolling in and the light were coming through as well, so that the sun were trying to burn this fog off, and there was a battle between the fog and the light, and it was, like I say, we couldn't have asked for a better morning of photography. So it's kindly sent me one of his images that that is taken of the dancing trees at Cannock Chase, and there's also another shot that I'll probably put up, but I'm just going to show you the edit of this one. He's done a pano over another shot that we worked on, and we worked composition and things like that. But this shot, it's a super shot, and I just want to work on it and see where we get with it. Like I say, it's the shot of the dancing trees at Cannock Chase. Now, if you are interested in a workshop at Cannock Chase, we are setting up some more, probably October, November time in the autumn. But if you are interested, they will continue all year. So get in touch. I'll actually put the link to my website below, and you can get in touch that way, or just message me or whatever. Okay, so this is the image that we were looking at. It's like I say, it's a super image. We've got the light coming in from the top left hand side, and we've got these dancing trees here, which are, like I say, fabulous. So we're going to do a little bit of an edit on them, and then we'll get stuck into it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to up the shadows just a little bit, but not too much, because I want them almost silhouette. The bit I do like of the image is this bottom trunk of this one tree, where the light's coming through and hitting the moss at the bottom and all this light here. So we'll work on that. And if we drop the highlights a little bit, we'll drop them a little bit. I'm going to drop the DA slightly and drop the clarity slightly, but I'm going to up the texture slightly, just a little bit, and that's pretty much sort of what I do in pretty much every woodland scene that I do, because I like that mystical feel to the image. We'll just click the remove chromatic aberration and the enable profile, and that is, I'm just going to up the contrast slightly. That is pretty much all I'm going to do for now in Lightroom. What we'll do now is send it into Photoshop. So we've opened it in Photoshop. The first thing I'll do in Photoshop is create a new layer. So I'll just drag it down to the little square with the cross in there, and it creates a new layer. Or we can go and, if we right click on it, we can create a new layer, duplicate layer there. So we've got that. And this is the technique I use to soften the image to make it more mystical, even more mystical, even though it's pretty damn good as it is. So I'll go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and it's already set to about 41, around that 42-ish, 44 will do, somewhere there. And it's pretty much set at that, and that'll do pretty much my images. Obviously you can adjust it to how you like, so we'll click OK, and that'll create that blurred image. So what we're going to do is basically superimpose that on top of the other one. So if we go to the blend mode, and we're going to use darken colour. So with darken colour, and that looks horrific, but it always does for now. And then what we're going to do then is just drop down the opacity, and we'll drop it down to about around, it always seems to be around the 30% mark, and this is where it's give it that mystical look. So if we just show the difference, it's just softened everything, but we've not lost the detail. Now what I can do is, so say if I don't want to soften all of it, what we can do, and what I do sometimes, is if I create a layer mask on that layer and then just brush out the bit that I don't want to affect, which is probably actually just this root here. I want this root real sort of contrasty and sharp, and that's my technique in Photoshop for softening a woodland image. Okay, so back into Lightroom, so we'll save that and we'll jump back into Lightroom. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to crop the image. I'm going to crop it because I don't like this tree here. I've shot this image myself before and I've done exactly the same, and I don't like this tree. It doesn't suit all the other trees, so I'm going to crop that out, and I think it'll take that glare away as well, because we don't really want that glare. So we'll crop it probably let's have a look at a 4:3, which I think that will suit. So I'm going to come into there. I want this foreground. I don't want it too tight on this foreground, and I think, I'll tell you what, let me just change that. I'm going to go for 7:5. I think we'll just drag it out a little bit there. Now that, I just want to give this little tree here a bit of breathing space, so maybe come to it, or I could actually crop it out completely. So that's the decisions I'm after. Okay, let me just change that. I'm just trying to suss out the best crop. Suits him. Actually, I think I like that the best. There, and get rid of that tree as well. Right, I'm happy at that. Just drag it down there. Get as much of that top in as possible. We'll do that. Now I like that. I like that a lot. The other thing I forgot to do in Lightroom is to remove some things. But in Photoshop is to remove some things. So we've got two options now. The new Lightroom as a content aware remove, so we don't necessarily have to send it into Photoshop. So let's just try it, shall we? There's a couple of things that I want to remove. Okay, it's not done a good job of that one, so I'll just undo that. Do that, and undo that one. Not too keen on that, but it's done a good job of the others. So I'll tell you what we'll do is, because I've got Lightroom beta, so let's send it back into Photoshop and just remove one or two things with another new tool. Photoshop beta has a new remove tool, and it's called remove tool, and what we do is we just paint over the bit that we want. That will select that, and then it will use AI just to replace it all. So we're just going to tidy these little areas up. Just simplify the image on this bottom. I'm going to try and replace this area here. See what job it does. Obviously bigger areas it replaces, and AI has took over and done that. I'm happy at that. I think I'm done. Let's move that bit there. That's it. I think we've tidy all in this foreground. There's a couple of them grasses that I may take out actually. Let's take them out. Okay, so there's two ways of removing objects within Lightroom and Photoshop, so there's big improvements in both programs. While we're on the subject of Cannock Chase, a big thank you to Martin and to Simon Harvey for working on these workshops with us as well. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Absolutely superb, excellent photographers. Simon knows this place like the back of his hand. He knows it inside out. Martin is an absolutely superb woodland photographer. So we had a good combination there, and it worked really well. Okay, so we're back working on this subject. What I want to do is I want to really, when I look at the image, the first thing I look at the image is actually this area here. So I want to work on that a little bit. So we'll select a brush tool, and I'm just going to highlight some of the areas around it, just to even draw your eye in more, just where the highlights are catching, just emphasise that, and where that light is coming through there, and then we'll have that bit there as well. And what I also want to do is emphasize the shadows, so I'm just going to get another brush, drop the exposure down slightly, and we'll just emphasize that shadow there. I'm going to darken this corner off so it doesn't bring your eye in. We'll darken that off there, and we've already getting a lot better contrast in that area. I'm also going to get another brush. We're going to up the texture. I'm just going to bring out the bottom of this stump. That's all I'm interested in, bring out the bottom of this stump now. I think that's sort of the centre of the image, if you like. The draw to the image is where the light's coming through and hitting this bottom stump with all this moss on. So there's not a lot else we can do. The only thing I'm going to do is, I know that morning it was slightly, that sun was quite golden in colour, so I'm just going to up the temperature slightly because that's how I remember it. I like the shadows, I like that they're not completely black, but I think I'm just going to drop them down just slightly. I like that sort of, what I don't want is a complete silhouette like that, what I don't want. So I'm just going to drop it down until I feel that suits the image. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and have a look from a distance, if you like. And that is one hell of a shot. And I don't think we need to do any more on that. We'll just come back in. I might just drop the DAs down just a touch more. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't want to de-age this, so let's just select another radial filter. We'll select it over this bottom part, about there. We'll invert it, and then I'm just going to drop the DAs again. Just a little bit. Now if we wanted to add colour to that, I probably won't, but if we wanted to add colour to it, if we click the little colour block here, these selected colours work really well, and I've just selected the real light yellow colour. Well, it works really well for adding a bit of golden light to come through. So we'll just have a look at the before and after of that and see if we like it. That's before and after. It's quite nice actually. The only thing I would say is we need to be graded better there, so it filters in nice, especially if we've added colour. So we'll just have a look at that. Okay, I like that. I'm just going to drop the amount down a touch. So we'll just recap. We just dropped the DA slightly, made it a little bit softer, moved it into Lightroom, done my process of softening the image itself, brought it back into Lightroom, tried the different new remove tools, that works superbly. It's nice to have a good remove tool in Lightroom actually. So they're things I'll work on. Not perfect, but at least a lot of the time you can actually use that without sending it into Photoshop, which is fantastic. It just improves that workflow. I'll put this image up and I'll show you another image that we've taken on that morning. It was a pano shot. We'd done a single shot and then a pano shot, and I shall process that and I'll show you that one as well. Big shout out to Carl for sending the image in. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I know you've had a great time because he's given me such a fantastic review, so that's brilliant as well. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the customer. It's all about the client and what they want and how they enjoy it. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a pretty quick one. Thanks for watching, and I shall catch you on the next one